What's going on, family? Welcome to the training. My name is Akeem Reed, and today I'm going to give you a massive amount of insight into the Slingshot rental business. Being a Slingshot rental operator myself and opening up over 9 locations throughout the United States, I am one of the biggest and largest Slingshot rental networks in the country. And today I'm going to show you how you can do the exact same thing. Now, you're probably wondering, Akeem, who are you? I'm actually a serial entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for over the last 10 years. I've opened Italian ice businesses. I've opened dozens and dozens of mall kiosks, sneaker machine businesses. I tried practically anything and everything I could possibly try. Out of every business I've ever owned, the Slingshot rental business is probably the most exciting and is definitely the most fun. I'm here to show you how this business has changed my life and has changed so many other students that actually went through this training.
Hey folks, my name is Dwayne Temple. I'm owner of Trey's Auto Toy Box here in the Sunshine State of Florida, where we do slingshot rentals. And I just want to let you know that Akeem's course is the absolute truth. It changed my business overnight. My profits are through the roof, and it was easy step by step, 1, 2, 3 on how to make my business boom bigger than it already was. So Akeem, I thank you. I thank your team. And if you're interested in it, do it now. I promise you, you won't regret it.
Before we go any further, let's get to what a Slingshot actually is. Slingshot is a 3-wheel autocycle, which means you don't have to have a motorcycle endorsement in order to drive one and operate one in most states. Just a regular driver's license and you're pretty much good to go. Slingshots have a higher perceived value than any other car on the market. It's like buying a mobile home and renting it out at mansion prices. No other vehicle on the market less than $30,000 will give you that opportunity. I'm gonna break it down for you. Say you buy a Slingshot for $27,000. Say you're thinking about buying a car, say the brand new Corvette C8. It costs you around $80,000, $85,000. So you have an $80,000 car, you have a $27,000 car. Corvette rents for $600 a day, Slingshot rents for $325 a day. Now check this out. You could buy 3 Slingshots for the same price as you buy the Corvette. You rent all 3 Slingshots at $325 a day, that's $975, whereas the Corvette is only $600. On top of that, things don't always go right. Sometimes you need repair jobs. Sometimes someone hits something. Sometimes your Slingshot's gonna be put down. Sometimes your Corvette's gonna be put down. Would you rather you have 3 Slingshots and say one of them has to go in the shop, and you have 2 more that could be rented at $650 a day, versus 1 Corvette? If anything goes wrong, you pretty much have to refund all the customers that have future reservations, and you can't rent it at all. Another reason why I wanted to start a Slingshot rental business is because you could do so on your own platform. A platform where you own and control 100%. You don't have to worry about if a claim gets paid out. You don't have to worry about how you operate your business because it's actually yours. On top of that, you're creating a business you can actually sell, and better yet, even pass down. Now, you might be thinking, Akeem, why don't I just go on Turo? Here's why. Remember what I said about ownership? The truth is, you can't own a Turo business unless you actually own Turo. Now, if you're looking to just get 1 Slingshot and rent it out just to pay a note, this training isn't for you. But if you're looking to start a real business and make real money, then I suggest you keep watching. The number one reason why I suggest you create your own platform is your platform allows you to leverage your own platform. I use my platform to open up locations in other states and other cities that I've never even been to. Also, creating your own platform allows you to create what I like to call a network. Yes, Turo is by far the #1 car rental company in the world because they understand the power of leverage. They understand people want to rent their cars, and as long as they can market and deliver results, people are going to constantly use them. The truth is, you can do the same exact thing. I think anyone could do this under the right guidance because it's semi-passive. What I mean by that is you don't have to quit your day job in order to start your own Slingshot rental business. Before I started Slingshot Rental Atlanta, it was during the pandemic in 2020. I was stuck in the house with all my other businesses shut down on our mandatory lockdown, and I wanted a way to make money while staying at home. I was just like you. I was a little hesitant, and I did lots of research, and I realized that the Slingshot rental business can work for me as well. So I decided to pull the trigger, and in my first week, I did over $15,000 in sales. I was able to scale up from 1 unit to 4 in a matter of a month. My total income for that month was over $30,000. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna have these same results, but I have created a step-by-step system for you to follow that has not only worked for me, but has worked for my students as well. Here's an image of Greg Banks in Tampa, Florida, who opened up his own slingshot rental business after watching this training, and he was able to put his slingshot in the hands of a happy paying customer less than 1 day after buying the unit. Another reason why I'd suggest you start a slingshot rental business and then start one really, really fast is because you're ahead of the curve. Unlike 99% of the ads you're gonna see on YouTube, this business is not oversaturated. In fact, it's pretty undersaturated. If you're watching this right now, I can probably bet that there's less than 3 operators that you know are in the slingshot rental business in your city, in your area. Jumping on this business immediately gives you a cutting edge advantage over anyone else looking to come after you to start their own business. The last thing you want to do is wait for someone to do it, and now you're playing catch up. This is what I like to call a blue ocean market. Anybody can start this business right now from the comfort of their own home and dominate their market. Slingshots are very, very profitable. The most important factor with slingshots is you have a variety of different offers that you can make to a customer. One of our main selling points in the slingshot rental business is you can charge hourly pricing. Now, this strictly depends on where you live. That's why the location of your slingshot rental operation is so important. But before I get to location, I'm gonna break down hourly and daily pricing. A slingshot rents for upwards of $500 a day if you rent it out solely by the day. Here in Atlanta, I charge $325 a day. And for hourly rental, I charge $175 for a 3-hour reservation. You can knock out a 3-hour reservation and a 24-hour reservation in 1 day with one slingshot. If you only did that for 1 weekend, that's $1,500 you made for one slingshot. No other car, no other vehicle on the market will allow you to do that. And no other platform will either. Now, another key factor to consider is your location. Your location really determines how you structure your pricing. Here in Atlanta, we normally charge daily rental rates, whereas in our location in Myrtle Beach, we charge more by the hour. Myrtle Beach is a more congested place, like Las Vegas or Miami Beach, and people don't want to have a slingshot all throughout the day. It allows you to maximize your profit potential. Here in Atlanta, we operate on a seasonal business for about 6 to 7 months out the year. Now you may be asking, Akeem, are you still profitable only operating 6 to 7 months out the year? My answer is yes. In fact, in 6 months alone last year, we were able to generate over $273,000. And that was with only 10 slingshots. So yes, this business is extremely profitable. And as an entrepreneur, it works out well because that gives me the ability to focus on other business ventures I have during my off season. It also gives me the ability to actually enjoy life because that's what being an entrepreneur is all about. I get to take vacations. I get to spend time with my family during the holidays without the everyday hustle and bustle of being a slingshot rental operator. Do I have to live in a major city in order for a slingshot rental business to work? The answer is completely no. Our third location was in Macon, Georgia, which has a population of less than 150,000 people. And it doesn't require you to have 10 or 20 or 30 units like we do here in Atlanta. With 5 units, they're able to rent them 100% of the time and make a lot of money doing so. Let's get to how you get this thing done. The slingshot rental business has a low barrier of entry, which means you don't need thousands of dollars in capital in order to start this business. Now, when I first started this business, I didn't have tons and tons of capital. In fact, I really didn't have much at all. So I leveraged my credit. With a 650 credit score higher, there'll be tons of lenders willing to give you money to buy a slingshot. There's even a program that will allow you to lease slingshots. I know it sounds really good, but this program requires tons and tons of upfront capital. In fact, it requires at least $250,000 to get into this program. I know some friends that have actually done it and they've seen good results. But I suggest not to. Here's the thing. You still have to pay a monthly premium for this program, but if you're interested, I'm willing to tell you more about it. Now, I also have another strategy for you to use, and that's my OPP strategy. It's using other people's slingshots, leveraging other people's units to start and scale your business. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that have purchased slingshots in the past, and right now they're sitting in a garage collecting dust. Being a slingshot rental operator, it allows you to fill the gap. Take someone who has a slingshot collecting dust that they barely ever drive to actually making money from it. Now, let's get into maintenance costs. A lot of people think that slingshots are really, really expensive to maintain. The truth is they're not. We spend an average of $1,800 a year servicing each unit. That's included with scheduled maintenance jobs, which is around $400 a piece at 5,000-mile intervals. which brings you to around $1,500. And the fact that you're on a Slingshot and only has one wheel in the back, you're looking at about $300 a year on tires. Another thing to consider is your insurance. A Slingshot is technically considered a motorcycle. That means unlike other rental businesses, you're gonna have to have a commercial motorcycle insurance policy. You can't just use other people's insurance in order to cover your units like you would with renting a car. Another thing you're probably wondering is, Keem, what about depreciation? Slingshots have a very low depreciation. In fact, it's less than 5% a year. Remember, Slingshots aren't cars, Slingshots are technically motorcycles. And in turn, they have a higher trade-in value than anything else on the market. So you can literally buy a Slingshot today, rent it out all season, and sell it for the same price you actually purchased it for. That brings me to the next point, an exit strategy. Slingshots come with 2-year unlimited amount warranties, which is really, really great. That means you can rent a Slingshot as much as possible, as frequent as possible, without having to worry about mileage. Now, you can take that same Slingshot, sell it 2 years later for maybe $1,000 or $2,000 less, and get practically all of your money back and keep all of the profits. Another main thing for you to have is a standard operating procedure and a detailed checkout process. Unfortunately for Slingshot rental operators, people treat Slingshots like they're toys. They pay us a lot of money to enjoy them, but they don't always treat them with proper respect. That's why having a detailed training video and a standard operating procedure when it comes to your checkout process, equipped with rental agreements, is essential to operating your business. You want to make sure your customers know the do's and don'ts when it comes to operating your units. Vetting customers is extremely important, especially in the rental space. The key here is to keep your assets, and get rid of the liabilities and minimize them as much as insanely possible. This is why having the right commercial insurance policy is so important. It allows you to protect yourself from any losses that you incur if someone happens to mistreat or even damage your unit. Another key ingredient is selecting the right units for my fleet. The secret to that is always picking brand new units. I always suggest starting your fleet off with automatic units. Here's why. 82% more people know how to drive an automatic over a 5-speed manual transmission vehicle. And in turn, if you have a fleet of automatic units, you're gonna make more money than anyone else. And there's tons of different upgrades and things like that you can actually put on a Slingshot. But the truth is, as long as you have a Slingshot that's automatic, it will get rented. You have 4 different models to choose. One is the Model S. The S is a completely bare minimum unit. It doesn't even come with a windshield, and more so, it doesn't come with a radio. No one wants to rent a Slingshot without a radio. So I truly suggest if you do have to buy an S, you make sure you equip it with the radio and some speakers and a windshield, and you're pretty much good to go. Now, another option you have is the S-Tech, which is basically the standard S equipped with the windshield and the radio. Now, the most popular option you could pick is the SL model, which I truly recommend. Because for a couple $1,000s more, you get all the bells and whistles of a premium unit. You can also go with a Type R. Now, I don't suggest this for the price difference of around $7,000. It's not really worth it in my opinion. Now, you also have the special Type of R, which comes with a roof, which I strongly disagree with. I mean, you can get it, it will rent, but for a $45,000 price tag, you can almost buy 2 S-Tech models or an S-Tech and an SL model for almost the exact same price. And now you have 2 units instead of just 1. I highly suggest you start your fleet off with the S-Tech model and the SL model. Now, Keem, you're saying this business is so good, something has to go wrong. Well, here are some of the few things that I've experienced when owning a Slingshot rental business that I wish Polaris would actually fix. In 2021, we purchased 10 brand new units, and the problem is almost all the radios blew out, which is a real pain in the butt because people don't want to rent a Slingshot without a radio. Now, with also purchasing your unit, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have the master code to your unit. I've seen so many dealers sell me units without actually giving me the master code when I first started because I didn't even know I had a master code for one. And then I had to take a Slingshot all the way back to the dealership just to get the master code if someone lost my key. Make sure you have GPS trackers of all your units so you know where your units are at all times. Now, over the last 15 minutes, we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about how to acquire your units. We talked about the business model. We talked about how to structure your pricing. We've talked about why getting started in the Slingshot business right now will give you a more competitive advantage over anyone else. We've also talked about how to pick out the right units for your fleet, how you can make more money with your own platform versus sites like Turo and other car sharing networks. We've also talked about how to leverage your network and how to make money with the Slingshot rental business without even purchasing a Slingshot. But now I want to talk to you about the most important. The most important is because you deserve it. And not only do you deserve it, your customers deserve it as well. Your market deserves it. Your community deserves it. It's no secret that everyone wants to experience the thrill of driving a Slingshot. The question is, are you going to be the person that provides that to them? Having the ability to do something and not do it. That's the biggest regret you can ever make. Here are two choices. I have absolute confidence that you can take everything we've covered today on this trading, go out, put it into action, and get results that you previously never thought possible. I'm absolutely certain that you could take everything we learned on this training, put it on your own time, resources, and effort, and make it go at this that most people will never be able to. And if that were your only option, it would be a worthy idea to pursue. But what if there were another option? An option for us to go at this together. What if I took an active role in your results, made an obligation to your outcome, and took a responsibility for your success? If I had this obligation, would you love to hear more about it? That's why it's with great pleasure I would like to introduce you to the Slingshot Rental Blueprint. Secrets to a six-figure Slingshot Rental business in less than 30 days. A step-by-step system that will allow you to open a profitable Slingshot rental business that is guaranteed to outperform your competition. Automate your rental process and make launching your Slingshot business quicker and more enjoyable than you ever thought possible. Here's the process. Number one, you're going to get 2 hours worth of straight-to-the-point training videos in an easily digestible, self-paced digital download that will take you from idea to launch. Number two, this program is structured in a way that you have a full depth understanding of everything when it comes to the Slingshot rental business in a way that allows you to take actionable steps, not just information and notes. You are a part of the Sling CEOs community in a private group where you get to surround yourself with the best of the best as we work together in our communities. Upon completion of the course, you have the opportunity to work with me hands-on to not only grow your own Slingshot rental business, but also be able to impact and empower others to do the same. This system was able to generate me over $273,000 worth of sales in only 6 months just from one location. This system is the same system franchise owners use that have a startup cost of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I want to take a moment to give a huge shout out to my man, Akeem. Man, thank you so much for giving me this Slingshot rental blueprint. Man, I'm able to rent my bikes out for $350 a day in my market. And not only did you show me a fun and lucrative business, but the beautiful thing about this, I get to ride my bikes when I'm not renting them. So look, thank you so much, man. And I would recommend this course to anybody. It's the real deal.
What do you get when you schedule this call? Number one is my network secrets training, where I show you how to create a Slingshot rental business anywhere in the country without leaving your own home. This has allowed me to open locations in Tennessee, Florida, and Texas without ever leaving the comfort of my own home. That brings me to my second bonus, my affiliate network training. It's no secret that Slingshots are just cool and everyone likes them. In turn, you're going to gain a massive following by being in the business naturally, as well as being able to connect with other high-level entrepreneurs who share the same vision. I always say there's power in proximity, which means you are the top 5 people you hang around. If you hang around 4 people that are killing it in the Slingshot rental business, you're guaranteed to be the 5th. Number 3, you get my traffic secrets hacks. The easiest way to fill your calendars up with your dream customers. I see so many operators that simply don't know how to drive traffic. They market a lot of different ways that just don't work for Slingshots, like Turo, for instance. In this training, I show you how to drive traffic the right way to keep your calendars booked and keep your business booming. If you sign up now, I'm gonna throw in my ultimate automated platform system, a system designed for you to run this business and accept bookings, deposits, and even a full service dedicated customer support team that will work with you every step of the way. Imagine having someone live that you could call anytime you had a problem with a simple phone call. This system alone is worth more than the entire price of the program, and you get it completely free. Bonus number 5. my pre-launch strategy guide, where I show you how to get more paying customers in your first week than many tour operators make in 1 year. This is a product, if I offered this and this alone, would sell for $497, because it's the difference between scaling from 1 unit to 3 or 4 before you ever hand off the keys to your first customer. Bonus number 6, my search engine optimization hacks. The secret to creating a stronger and organic online presence than your competition can ever imagine without paying for ads. This will allow your dream customers to find you wherever they're looking. Yes, you get all this in a self-paced digital program that you have access to immediately and forever.
I want you to click the link below, and I want you to schedule your free strategy call with me or someone from my team to see if the Slingshot rental business would actually work for you. If you're not ready to make the investment now, I have a lot of training videos that you can look at on YouTube or follow me on Instagram until you're ready to get there. I want to make sure you're a good fit for the program, and I want you to make sure I'm a good fit for you. So if that sounds fair, you know what to do. Just click the link below and let's get on the phone.
Hey, I just got done with the Slingshot rental blueprint. I definitely encourage anybody who's even thinking about signing up for it to go ahead and do it. Take that leap. Scared money don't make no money, man. It's definitely out here. He laid it out step by step. He made it easy. You can really hit the ground running. If you're thinking about it, just go ahead and do it, man.
I look forward to working with you to start your own Slingshot rental business.
Remember, you're only one decision away.